Hey guys, I'm here to talk about the Stars Align, and I just love this card and I love this deck, so I'm just gonna keep making videos about it. So as a reminder, the Stars Align transforms minions in your hand into ones that cost 3 more, but they keep their original mana cost. So if you have a 1 mana minion, it'll transform into a random 4 drop, say like a 1 mana Ascension Shieldmaster. Like a 4 drop could transform into a 4 mana Remornia, and so on. So you can cheat a lot of mana with this card, as long as you have minions in your hand, right? And so the way I built this deck is this is more of like a board focused aggressive priest deck, that looks to utilize the Stars Align as like kind of like a high roll like scam card. So if you notice, we have like 8 1 drops, and these a lot of these cards like add minions to your hand, like Suspicious Usher or like Drone Deconstructor, for example. And then we have a bunch of 2 drops that also do the same thing. And then our 3 drops to support that are like Hawk Shredder Rancher to buff all your low cost minions. And also Cathedral of Atonement, which is just an outstanding card, and gives us draw and board buffs at the same time. So the plan A for this deck is you want to try to play the Stars Align as quickly as possible. Um, I would recommend not holding it, uh, because we are a pretty aggressive deck and you're looking to just get out your big minions as quickly as possible. So if you have it on 3, I recommend just playing it on 3 and just living with the results, right? Now, the exception would be if maybe you have Cathedral in your hand, you could play Cathedral first, buff a minion, draw an extra card, then you could play Stars Align the next turn. That's probably like the only exception. Um, if you don't get the Stars Align your opener, you have a pretty good plan B with Cathedral of Atonement and Hawk Shredder Rancher. Uh, I've beaten plenty of control decks just by playing minions on curve and creating sticky boards that they just can't deal with, right? So this deck has a lot of game with or without the Stars Align. Um, so in terms of changes from my last version, you'll note that I added in School Teacher. This deck only runs 2 spells, so discovering extra spells off the noggling can really help you find answers in situations you wouldn't otherwise have answers to. ETC also carries some answers, like Shara the Naru, for example, if so that you can deal with stuff like Mech Rogue. We also have Blackwater Behemoth in this deck. This card is really clutch against Hunter, which is kind of rising in popularity again. And then finally, we have Okani, which is really good against blocking, big important minions that your opponent might want to play later in the game, like Odin or Sargeras. You can just play this the turn before and block that. And it really slows down your opponent. And sometimes that extra turn can help you win the game. Um, and otherwise, yeah, the deck's pretty much the same from the previous versions of this deck. Um, so in terms of matchups, just really briefly, I would say this deck does really well into control decks because you have like big scam potential, sticky boards, endless reload, right? Um, with the exception of Control Warlock, because they have Sargeras, and Sargeras can poof your board, so it gets rid of all your death rattles, and it has a lot of counter pressure because you have to kill the Sargeras immediately, otherwise they're going to start popping big demons out of the portal and they'll kill you. But otherwise, every other control matchup feels really favored. Uh, Aggro matchups can be kind of tough. You have to hope that they kind of brick their opening. But you do have the tools to come back with the Stars Align and cards like Behemoth or like Amanthul, right? You can like, as long as you survive to a certain point, you can start swinging the game back in your favor. And then against like OTK decks, you absolutely roll them over because you generate like huge minions and unanswerable boards. Like if we're already like good against control decks because of like our unstoppable pressure, like against OTK decks, they just have no choice, right? They or no shot. They really just have to hope that we brick our opener. Otherwise, they'll just get completely rolled. In terms of mulligans, I would say that uh, like if you really just need like a general rule, I'd hard mulligan for Cathedral of Atonement. It's just like a really, really good card. And you have plenty of 1s and 2s in your deck, so you'll probably just draw them naturally. Like you don't really have to like hard mulligan for any 1 or 2 drops, in my opinion, in most matchups. I also mulligan for the Stars Align because hey, we're playing a Stars Align deck, so I might as well just have some fun. I'm not actually sure if that's like actually correct for your win rate, but I always just mulligan for the Stars Align because it's funny. Um, I'd say other keeps are like maybe in Paladin you want to like keep a hand of like small minions just to contest their Divine Shields. You kind of want to like keep them off the board so that they can't play Crusader's Aura. And you have a lot of value, so you can kind of like come back as long as you stabilize the early game. Hunter also maybe you want to keep like one drop just to like contest like Costume Singer and stuff. And then otherwise maybe you keep ETC in certain matchups like Mech Rogue or Drum Druid, because the silence is really important in those matchups. But yeah, otherwise I'd say, for every other matchup, like really you just want a hard look for Cathedral of Atonement and the Stars Align. And also maybe you can keep Foul Egg in combination with Cathedral of Atonement because that's like a really killer combo, especially on the coin, with, turn one Foul Egg, turn two coin, Cathedral. Um, so I have some games for you. These are going to be legend games on EU, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Anduin versus Garrosh.
Victory or death!
The light shall bring victory.
This 1-2-3 curve is actually pretty good, so I think I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, egg into Cathedral is always good, and then this is a nice 2-drop in between. I wonder if I'm gonna need value this game. Lost Exarch could provide value. Boneflinger is just like good tempo. Shadowed Spirit is kind of slow. Shadowed Spirit doesn't really matter. I think maybe it's just Boneflinger. Yeah, because against Warrior, like, I don't think the damage is really going to matter that much because they have so much armor gain. It's really about, like, board presence. I think Boneflinger could, like, snipe a minion or something like a Bridge Rift minion. Okay, let's activate our egg. Okani's kind of nice to block Odin, potentially, down the line. From the depths. Wonder what they pulled with that. Kind of like Rancher here.
They need our care. Now more than ever.
Rancher demands like an immediate answer. And if they brawl or something, the board's pretty resilient to that. Ideally, they don't kill the Rancher here. Okay, shield block. Okay, Starfish. Starfish is kind of slow. Let's reactivate our egg here. So I don't want the 0-2 just sitting around doing nothing. Stars Line's pretty funny here. I might just do it. I'm like fairly ahead on board, so. I like drawing the 2 6-cost minions. That's really good.
We all exist in harmony. Hands off the feathers.
You know what's so crazy is like I have these like discounted minions from Stars Align, and I feel like the 6-mana Amantul is better. Like Amantul is such a nutty card. Like it's better than like a 4-mana Dr. Boom.
I do so. I seem to have lost the surface.
I guess I could go Mishmash Mosher to clean that up. Their little board that they have there. That's interesting if they play Thori Balor.
I must choose.
I guess it's probably Dr. Boom into because the Mishmash Masha cleans up their whole board, and then I guess I could go incriminating Psychic after that, which isn't too bad.
Must consider.
Alternatively, Amanthul removes the 4/2 from play, but just removing a 4/2 isn't like that amazing. I suppose it kind of deals nicely with like a follow-up Trial by Fire that they might play. Because Trial by Fire might potentially be really icky if they're able to trade the Thori Balorian and then Trial by Fire. Um, yeah, it's kind of tough.
Choose quickly.
Kind of tough. Maybe we'll do Mishmash Mosher and Incriminating Psychic.
Hands off the business.
Unfortunately, one of my 2-drops got transformed into like this random card from their hand each turn. So that like, and a lot of the warrior cards are just useless for me. Oh, it'd really suck if they had to follow up Trial by Fire with a discounted Trial by Fire.
Relax. Let's warm you up.
Bellowing Flames, it's interesting, but not good. Yeah, it has to be like Dr. Boom stuff, I think. And we'll buff one of the boom bots, I think. And then we'll go Apple Bomb, and then we'll go probably Drone Deconstructor. I like the 2 here. I mean, I guess I could go the 1. I could go the 1 instead, actually. But the Drone Deconstructor gives me the ability to maybe more quickly magnetize. Magnetic Rush. And like maybe the Usher is better later when I need more information about what I'm getting.
Relax. Let's warm you up.
Okay, so I could play Behemoth here
I wonder.
just as a big minion. I kind of like that over Amanthul. I feel like Amanthul maybe is a little bit more, has more uses like later. Like if I just need a big dumb minion, I'll just play that. Let's go face with everybody. And I guess I should have discovered first, but whatever. We'll take any. I don't think they even have mechs in their deck, so any's like not even useful for them. And any's like very useful for me. I think at this point they need to like definitely Trial by Fire to get out of the situation, or Prison, because they need some like serious. Okay, yeah, Trial. Is 1 Trial enough? I guess they have a discounted Finley card still, but because I think 1 mana is not enough to get out of this position. Dealing 4 to that kind of sucks, but I mean, I guess that was likely. So how would I trade this? So they have 2, 3, 4. So maybe 2 goes into Behemoth, then 3, 4 goes into Dr. Boom, and then 5 goes into, I don't know. I guess these two go into Behemoth? Ah, that's kind of sad. Yeah, I think that's the best you can do. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. And then I could Blade Storm to deal at least 1 damage. I suppose I could try to discover a Magnetizer. That's pretty good. We'll play that. Yeah, so if I had a way to kill my Boombot off, that would have actually been pretty sick. But I didn't.
What story will you give my world? Try this one.
Ouch. Sucks for them. Seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have lethal. He has to shield slam that. Alright. Trial by Fire is actually pretty good. I guess, I mean, Amanthul, maybe I should get the Amanthul train started just to start discovering some legendary minions that could close the game out. Yeah, because otherwise this, if I let this game go too long, it's going to start getting dumb. I'll take Gravito. I'll take the silence here, just to silence any like taunts that pop up or something, like from a prison of Yogg or Bridge Riff or whatever. So we know they have 1 Trial by Fire in hand. But they have a 6-mana Trial by Fire, so they can't play it here. Oh, you know what's really funny is I might get their weapon that they're about to generate from the Kathir. Oh, I just got Viper. Oh well. Oh, that was a good game. Yep. Yeah, that one was kind of grindy. They held up for a while. Couldn't really find lethal.
Anduin versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
The light shall bring victory.
So this is probably Drum Druid. I suppose I want to toss. I think I want to toss my whole hand and look for either Cathedral or the Stars Align. Let's play Drain Deconstructor. Wind Fury guy is actually kind of nice, honestly.
Beauty's more than scale deep.
I think I want to start attacking with the Wind Fury guy. Let's play Psychic Conjure.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah, so this is a Moonbeam Druid. So we're basically just going to be building the biggest board we can and pretty much going face every turn. So not really a lot of nuance, I think, to this matchup. I do wonder if I could eventually discover spell damage to pair with the moonbeam. That'd be pretty funny. Okay. Guess we'll discover with false disciple. Kind of want a playable 4. Gandling is pretty good. I could like moonbeam that to let the 2/2 stick. But I think Gandling, I feel like Gandling is gonna stick, and I want to play the eggs for a lot of pressure. Yeah. Hopefully the 6 health sticks. They used a lot of clears already. You know, hopefully they just play ramp or something this turn. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So that was unforged, right? Yeah. I think Cathedral plus these two is pretty good. Because this just gives me a 4/4. And I don't think it discovers anything. Well, no, it could discover something.
I wonder.
But I can play later. Yeah, let's get the Cathedral online. I think this is really good. 5/7. Yeah.
You've learned nothing.
So I think we're in a pretty good position here. It's like, was it 19 power on board? So they're dead over 2 turns. So unfortunately, Okani just straight up dies. I guess my best option is just to play Amalgam of the Deep. Oh, these are undead. I think I want undeads rather than undead beast. Boneflinger's reach.
You've learned nothing.
Yeah, we're just going face. We're gonna ignore the 1/1. There's no point in trading into it.
I concede.
All right.
Anduin versus Tyrande.
The moon give me strength.
The light shall bring victory.
So it's actually normally a pretty decent hand. But against Priest, I feel I can be greedier and look for Cathedral. Because Cathedral, the draw from Cathedral is really what powers this matchup if I'm facing Control Priest.
Ah, I see you've brought guests.
Lightly used armor.
Toys are much more fun to bring.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother magnetizing that.
Armor. Lightly used armor.
Yeah, so we're just gonna get our Cathedral online as fast as possible here. Let's get the draws going. This is gonna be a long game.
Thank you.
I don't think there's really much else to play here other than the stars align. I think all my other plays are super slow. Remornia is pretty good here. I like Remornia a lot.
Your blood for the sire! Into ribbons!
By the light.
Make them bleed! Into ribbons for the sire!
Ideally, my opponent is not running Viper. Identity Theft is pretty good here. They can grab a really nice minion from my hand. I don't want to play Mr. Mukla, actually. And then what else am I doing with that? Maybe Soulseeker? Let's see if I can grab their Almond Pool. Dirty Rat. Okay. Yeah, let's do Mr. Mukla. Kind of don't feel like swinging here. I mean, if they don't have a Viper, then I think my weapon's just safe forever. So,
My hand is
yeah.
full.
The ETC overdraw is really nice because if that's probably where they keep the Viper. I don't think they're definitely not main decking it. So yeah, for the rest of the game, I'm just never gonna let my Remornia be exposed, I think, unless I have a really compelling reason. Let's see, what's my good 6 power play here? Rin is really funny, but probably bad for me. I mean, it's a 2-mana 3/6. Maybe I kind of want to. Maybe I want to get rid of Amanthul first because this is such a good card. I don't want this to get discarded. 7-mana Thaddeus is also pretty good. Let's see what I draw. Oh, second Cathedral. Yes, please. And then we're going Ajaran Defector. Maybe a Ajaran Defector and double egg.
By the light.
Make them bleed!
Maybe a Ajaran Defector isn't that good here, though.
Her reign ends.
Yeah, screw it. We'll do it. Yep. Ajaran Defector and double egg. It's just like, puts a lot of stats in play, makes my board pretty board wipe resistant. Okay, so I can remove their Amanthul with my Remornia. Or with my Amanthul.
A world cleansed of evil.
I wish this were infused. So is it better for me to destroy it or to just get my Amanthul online? Because my Amanthul could discover 2 minions, and maybe the steal will happen later. I don't know. It's also more mana efficient.
Potential. A world cleansed of evil.
Airlon is really good pressure. And I think my Remornia weapon should be dead by the time I finish that, right? Alternatively, Elder Nadox and Thaddeus is a really funny combo. Could just completely catch my opponent off guard. Yeah. I'll do that for the memes. Okay.
potential. A world cleansed of evil.
No. Oh man, he's bananaing it. Mm. Yeah, I think we're just gonna draw. That's a pretty funny card. We'll destroy
You
this,
are unfit to
and we'll
serve.
just play. I mean, I really should play this though. Next turn. No, okay. Let's give it one turn. Let's give it one turn. Let's give my Thaddeus combo a chance to actually happen, because it could. If my opponent like lets 2 minions stick, I guess 1 minion stick, right? Because 1 minion's 13 damage, and then yeah. I think I have lethal here if I'm not mistaken, because each of my minions are going to get plus 11 attack from Thaddeus, Elder Nadox. All right. It's not every day you see that. I will say. Thanks for watching. And yeah, you don't have to worry about liking or subscribing. Yeah, it's okay. You can just close the video now. Okay, bye.